Good morning. It is Friday, January 6th. I have come over to Wawayanda State Park to park my car, walk up to the Appalachian Trail, and finish hiking New Jersey. Should be a quick little out and back to the New York border. Quick. I think it's like between 8 and 10 miles round trip. This is where I finished up New Jersey with my friend Lisa back in August when it was super, super hot. And today it's not freezing, but it's practically freezing. It's like 40 degrees. Yeah, let's go hiking and get this state done. One of those neat spots where you walk on the boardwalks in New Jersey, but they're very slippery when wet, and they're wet, so I already slid. I also just crossed the Warwick Turnpike, I think it's called, and this is the area in New Jersey that you can get a hitch into Warwick to go to the drive-in that's on the trail. So nice to be on a new stretch of the trail. I have not been on a new stretch of the trail since October. I just was not feeling myself, not motivated to do anything. It's when my emotions were out of control, and it was a little while after that. It was the very end of October when I finally decided I needed to talk to somebody about an antidepressant, because I was okay, but I wasn't okay. Now, I'm really okay. Super thankful. I just checked to see how many miles I walked on the AT in 2022, and I walked 344 miles. That's pretty awesome. In planning the lashes in the future, I want to lash because I can. I have set up my work in such a way that I can take bigger chunks of time off, and so I'm hoping to complete the whole trail over the next 4 years. I've hiked 850 plus miles so far. If I do 250 to 300 mile chunks every year, I will be done, hopefully, by 2027, 2026, 2027, Lord willing, unless I die, because you never know. Our lives are not guaranteed. They are finite down here, but I hope I'll be around long enough to finish the AT. If I do it in the next 4 years, I'll get it done before I am 65. Then it's just a matter of choosing the best time of the year to do it. In the next 2 years, I think I will be able to complete Irwin, Tennessee through all of Virginia. I think I should be able to. That's like about just over 600 miles of trail. So that's the goal. Anyway, the planning continues. Super excited to get back on the trail. And then in the meantime, I might keep plucking away and finish New York this year too, because I think New York is only about 90 miles of trail. Whether I do those as day hikes or like overnight hikes using the roof nest as a base camp, I think is what I'm thinking. Sounds like fun to me. So yeah, 2023, I hope to get at least 300 miles of trail in again. What about you? What are your hiking plans? Are you a hiker? Or do you just like watching hiker videos? Living vicariously. That's fun too. I watch hikers and live vicariously. I like to do both. Look at that blaze. It's square. Here's a fun fact that I just learned. Back in the day when the AT was brand new, the blazes were square. You're welcome. I just slid on a rock and landed on my butt. This one little spot here is really steep, and it's the downhills that get me. Glad I fell on my butt and not on my face. Look at that. Some stinging insect lived in that facility. Well, it's the first real blowdown that I've seen on the trail today. I think it got taken out by this one up here. All right, a creek crossing with no bridge. Made it without falling in, but one of the rocks wobbled, so my feet got a little bit wet. Bit of a rock scramble. New Jersey going out with a really nice view. I don't know what we're looking at, but it's pretty. Made it to New York. That's it. New Jersey is done. That was 3.9 miles, 4 miles of trail. And now New Jersey is done and I can move on to New York, which I'm sure I'm gonna start sooner than later, as long as the weather is not frigid. I'm gonna keep going and have already plotted out the next place that I can park the BRT so that I can get back on the trail. Now I gotta walk all the way back to the truck. There's a trail marker. And that. This spot right here is super tricky, but it's okay. I was able to get up. I'm gonna be able to get down, but not with this video camera on. Made it. I had to toss my trekking poles down here on the ground. Just tricky. In one of my recent videos, I shared that I am reading the Bible chronologically this year with the Bible recap. Right now we are reading the book of Job. I also shared that right before the flood, the sons of God married the daughters of men and created like this mutated version of mankind, and that some scholars theorize that's why God destroyed the world, to get rid of that corrupt version of humanity. And he saved Noah's family to continue the human race because they weren't corrupt. Well, now in the book of Job, the sons of God make an appearance again in Job 1 and 2, and Satan's in that group of the sons of God. And God says to Satan, have you considered my servant Job? He's a righteous man, he's holy, he loves me, he never does anything wrong. And Satan says, well, yeah, that's because your hand of protection has always been on him. But if you removed your hand of protection from him and he lost everything, I bet he would curse you to your face. So God says, okay, I'll allow that trial. You go ahead and take everything that he has, but don't lay a hand on him. And so Job loses everything, but he doesn't curse God. And then in chapter 2, God says, have you considered my servant Job? He's a righteous man, he's lost everything, and he still hasn't cursed me. And Satan says, well, yeah, but if you were to inflict all kinds of diseases and stuff on him, I bet he'd curse you to your face. And God says, okay, I'll allow that. And Job still does not curse God. And this also shows the sovereignty of God. There is nothing that happens to us in this life that God does not allow and is not fully involved in. But he doesn't allow hard things because he's punishing people. He allows hard things in the hopes that people will turn to him and cry out to him for help. And he allows hard things as discipline, because even though we know God, we still live in a broken world that is dying every day. So what are your views on God? Do you believe in God? Do you believe Jesus Christ died for your sins? Are you Bible curious? Are you seeking God, or do you just not believe in him at all? I would love to know. So feel free to leave me a comment. I found a blaze on the ground. I'm like 5 minutes away from the truck. This was fun. The trickiest part of the hike today was the last half mile to the New York border. That's where there was a lot of boulder hopping, and it was fun, it was challenging. And now, on the way back, my left knee started to bother me. I think it's my IT band. I don't know. When I fell on my butt, maybe I twisted something. I slipped on one of the planks. Maybe I twisted something. It's not bad. It just definitely feels like my IT band. Yeah, based on past issues with my IT band. Anyway, I had a great time. I hope you had a great time too. Right, okay. That's it for this hike. I'll see you next time.